is going on, everybody? It is your boy Matt Stingray. Thanks for checking in to the Rock the Watch channel. Guys, today we're going to do the full review of the Code 41 Anomaly-01. So let's just take a quick little gander at this watch before we get into the specs and features. It's kind of a beast, but I kind of dig it, man. So maybe that's a little hint to what I think about this watch. I actually kind of dig it. So let's get into the specs and features of this watch. This watch has a 42 millimeter case. It is 12.8 millimeters thick, so effectively 13 millimeters thick. It has a 50 millimeter lug to lug. It has a lug width of 24 millimeters. It is powered by the Miyota 82S7 automatic movement. It is hacking and hand winding, and I will show you that it is, because this right here on the dial is the little running seconds wheel. And if I pull this out, it should stop. And there it did. So it stopped. This has no date, so that's the only position that the crown goes into. Started it back up, and boom, there it goes. So as you might have already been able to tell, it has a signed non-screw down 3 o'clock crown. Give a little wind there. With no crown guards. It has 50 meters of water resistance. It has a sapphire AR coated dead flat crystal. The dial, as I stated before, there's the running seconds. There is the 24, that's a little 24-hour wheel. So it's got a little running seconds wheel, 24-hour wheel. And as you can see, there's 2 red triangles. So you know exactly, it's about 45 seconds, 48, 50. So you can read the seconds there, and it has got a 24-hour wheel there. Also with 2 opposing red triangles to make it easier to read. It is signed Code 41 up there. It says automatic TTO down there. So you might think this watch is a little hard to read, and it might be harder to read than a standard watch. However, if you look, there's lines and there's little notches and grooves and stuff that gives it all away. Obviously, there's midnight right there. There's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 7 is missing because it's got this fake little bridge thing in the dial. We'll talk about that for a minute. 8, 9, 10, and 11. As you can see, it is 11:55 in the evening, because you can look right there and it's almost about to go to the 24. So the dial, I think the dial is very cool on this watch. This has a very industrial mechanical look to it. I'm really digging the dial. So bracelet, let's talk about the bracelet. As stated earlier, it has a 24 millimeter lug to lug. So the bracelet is 24, tapering down to signed butterfly clasp, tapering down to 20, the signed butterfly clasp, which I am not a fan of. Not particularly this one, but just butterfly clasps in general. I'm not the biggest fan of. This one's nice. It clicks right in. I didn't have to, I mean, there's no issues with it. The bracelet is very thick. It's very cool, held in by the pain in the butt pin and collar system, which is, I do not like. It doesn't have a screw down case back. It has a screwed in case back, I guess you would call it. As you can see, there's screws right there, there, and there, holding the case back down. No, it says 41 on the back. Total transparency on origin. I think that's what the TTO stands for on the dial. As you can see there, 50 meters water resistance, automatic, and sapphire. I think the total transparency on origin thing says they say exactly where all the parts come from. Not like this is a Swiss watch because 60% of the labor or whatever this hubbubaloo huckaba jiba you can come up with to circumvent stuff and say it's a Swiss watch because of 60% of whatever went into it. Not even 60% of the parts. It's a whole thing. And say Swiss, yet the entire case could be made in China, glycine. But not calling anybody out. This watch was, I believe, 100% made in China. Made in China. Not bad though. I actually really dig this watch. I think it's pretty cool because it's very different. I love the grippiness. Look at the knurling on the crown. It's very easy to turn, very grippy. Oh, and by the way, it has solid end links. I guess you could call them solid end links, although it just goes straight across. But it does have quick release pins. That is super cool. Now, where it gets some flack from, and rightfully so, I think these things were selling for like $750, $800, somewhere around $800, we'll say. I don't think it's worth $800. $350, $400 maybe. Yeah, I would say it's probably worth that. It's a really nice watch, but I don't think it's worth what they were initially asking. And one thing I do have to point out that I don't dig is this machining right here. That's, I mean, look at, I'll try to get as close as I can. Look at how rough that is compared to right there. See right there where they cleaned it up and polished? It's still brushed. See where it's brushed on the bracelet right there? Why couldn't they match it with that? You can see the grain lines. I had a Citizen watch that did this. Why would you do this? Even if it's covered up. I have taken the bracelet off of this Rolex, and now I'm not comparing it but to a Rolex, but I have cheaper watches. You take the bracelet off and underneath it's polished. It's finished just as well as the other one. This one's exposed. Why would you not clean that up? That just irritates the fire out of me. So I already gave away what I don't like about this watch. What do I like about this watch? I like its industrial look, its mechanical look. It's very cool looking. Looks kind of like a robot. It's heavy. It's substantial. It's not tiny. I actually really like it. I dig it. But that part right there just grinds my gears, man. That stuff, you could have finished that better. Look at the finishing on here and look at the finishing on there. Look at the finishing on the lug, like I stated before. Come on, guys. You could have cleaned that up a little bit better. Not the biggest fan of butterfly clasps in general, so it takes a hit from me there. But let's get a Loom Shot, because it does have a little bit of Loom. It's not that great, but it is Loom. So let's get a Loom Shot, see what it looks like. Let me hit it with this flashlight, or as my UK buddies would say, this torch, and see what the loom looks like there. So there it is. It's not great. There we go. It's not great, but it's there. So, and it would not be impossible to read at night. As you can see, it's a minute or two after midnight. So it's not a loom monster. I don't think it was designed to be that, but it does have a little bit of loom. Probably would have been cool if they would have put code 41 right there, loom. That kind of would have been a topper. So let's see what it looks like on the wrist. But before we do that, quick wristwatch check. What am I rocking today? Today I am rocking my Breitling Super Ocean 42. This is a beast of a watch. I love this watch. This watch is amazing. So let's get this sucker on there. Butterfly clasp and all. Yeah, so there it is, guys. Like I said, it's a very mechanical, industrial style that I'm digging. I really like it. So guys, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And as always, rock that watch.